My loves, and welcome back. In this video, I am going to be discussing the lunar eclipse in Capricorn that is happening July 4th or 5th, depending on where you are in the world. And please make sure that you follow me on Instagram at The Awakened Aphrodite. It is me, Pamela, your favorite sex, love, money, and decadent relationship coach, because my loves, they are all connected. Please like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more of this, and let me know how this is affecting you. So this is a series, a continuation, and this has been going on for about 18 months in terms of this Capricorn, Cancer axis and series of eclipses. We're also in a year that has 6 eclipses, right? So things are going to be feeling intense right now. I mean, I don't need to tell you that. You don't need to be into astrology to know that that is what's going on. And so much of what this is about, not about, but will be about, is leaders. Okay, so leaders, and how are you showing up as an individual? This is about people being held accountable, and also people getting away with things, like people getting away with murder, pretty much, well, literally, and some people that are going to be held accountable, and you're going to be seeing a very kind of equal manifestation of that. Quite equally people are going to be getting away with murder, and quite equally, and like you'll never know what happened and all of these stuff with that Neptunian influence. But then equally there are going to be people that are held accountable, and this is going to affect people like for their whole lives. Like this is a period of time where what happens now, what you choose now, what you stand for now is going to affect you for the rest of your life. And it's going to affect the world globally, especially in the United States, forever, right? Like this isn't just about what's happening now. This is about literally a recreation of systems. And what are your values? Like, what are your values? People are going to be held accountable. And like I said, there will also be people that, like, with the Neptunian influence, slip right through. It's like they never existed, right? And so what you're also going to be seeing is a rising up of, and what you're already seeing is a rising up of new leaders, right? New leaders. And the dying off of the old leaders, right? In this revealing of information. And there's going to be these moments where you might even feel this yourself, where you're like, one moment you're so sure of what you know, and then the next minute you're like, what? Wait a minute, what is going on? You're going to be feeling that a lot as well. So this is where it's so important to tap into your inner compass. This is about the inner work, the inner work, the inner work. A leader, any leader, and not to digress, I see this a lot in the coaching world where, if you're a coach, you are a leader of your people, right? The people that you're working with, where the best coaches in the world, the best leaders in the world are those that work on themselves. Are those that are constantly working on themselves, as a matter of fact. And so where you stand in that equation of values right now is really going to determine the rest of your life. And you're going to be finding that there are things that you thought that you valued that you didn't. There are going to be things that you discover that you're like, oh my God, I really do value this. How have I been living any other way? You're also going to be seeing, and a lot of the systemic indoctrination is going to be revealed, right? And is being revealed, the truth about these things, which again, remember what I said at the beginning, as much truth as we know, there's also going to be a ton of stuff that we don't find out. So as much as we do find out, as much as things get revealed, there will also be a massive sweeping under the rug, a massive attempt at gaslighting people in terms of what we know as people and what we're told and what we believe. So my real question to you in all of this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of a much deeper transformation. And my question is, where do you stand? Like, where do you stand, right? And especially as it pertains to anti-racism, where do you stand? Where do you stand? Where do you stand? Because people are going to be held accountable, right, for their actions. People are going to be shown, and like, you know, there will be, and you're already seeing this now, there will be a revealing of these things amongst many other much more deep corruption that exists inside of the systems, inside of the government, right? And what we're seeing now is a revolt against evil. Against evil. You know, Capricorn, I keep hearing like outside noises, so I get distracted, but Capricorn in tarot, and I've said this before, Capricorn in tarot is represented by the Devil card, right? Which is in many things, but it represents like this beast that needs to be fed, right? This unquenchable beast. And so when you really begin to look at it from that perspective, you can see that this system needs to be completely overhauled, right? Like anything that feeds into the system that we're in is feeding into the beast, let's call it. And the only way that it's going to transform is really in calling it out into the light, right? Because Capricorn and that energy really likes to stay in the darkness. It's like, you know, I think I'll hang out in the cave over here. And if anyone can get by kind of unnoticed, walking as a regular person in society, but then really, and we're seeing this now, they have a whole other life. It's Capricorn, right? Like they are the masters of this. They are so much the masters of this, in fact, that like no one even knows that. Like no one ever talks about that. And so also, what skeletons do you have in your closet, right? Have you been living a life hiding? And are you ready to start cleaning those things out as well? Because whatever is not cleaned out of your personal closet is going to fucking affect you. Like it is going to affect you. It is going to affect you. It is going to affect you. And that's what this is about. This is about building and rebuilding. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Saturn, you know, is tough. We all know this. Saturn is tough. But the thing is that Saturn can give you, let's say, even greater rewards than anything else. But here's the deal. Saturn literally gives you exactly what you planted. Like it literally gives you exactly what you planted. So if you've planted nightshade, all that you'll have is poison, right? If you plant fruitful things, that is exactly what you will have in abundance. And you can't hide from Saturn. You cannot hide from Saturn. Saturn just bulldozes the whole thing and it digs up the bones, right? And it goes through the graveyard and displaces everything to see like what is really underneath all of it. And so my question is, where do you stand? Also, where does Capricorn and Cancer live in your birth chart? Because that will tell you a lot about what's going on, the cycles that you have been going through and wrapping up, let's call it, and transforming for the past 18 months. And get ready, get ready. We're going through a major transformation. And what side of history will you be on, my loves? I love you. I love you. I love you. Thanks so much for tuning in. And I will talk to you soon, whether it's day or night. You know, I love you. I love you. I love you. Please do like, comment, share, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at The Awakened Aphrodite. I will see you soon.